Hi, everybody, and welcome to Burnout Culture. My name is Kazuma Hashimoto, the troublemaker of the group, and one of three fantastic hosts.
My name's GC. I'm the cool winter breeze at 7 a.m. in a December morning.
I'm Cullen.
Hi, Cullen.
Hi.
Hi.
I had a bit ready, but usually I'm the one who titles myself, and you stole my bit, both of you, but it's fine.
Cullen's the fog that rolls in and make your place
Hi,
look
I'm
like
Cullen.
Silent
I'm
Hill.
the bathed one.
I took a shower today, too. God.
No, but I'm so freshly bathed.
I've not
You
taken
have
my shower today. I have to work out after
Stinky,
this.
the stinky one, the stinky one.
Yeah, that's true. I smell really good.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh.
So the holiday season,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is upon us.
Yeah.
Some of us survived a
I
previous
didn't. I'm
holiday season. Some of us are dead.
That's
Some of us are bracing for holiday season 2 boogaloo galoo.
I'm bracing for the Game Awards, man. I have to go for work, and I really don't want to do it this year.
I'm so sorry. My for me the Game Awards is I invited like a friend who was like, yeah, no, we'll invite all our friends, and what we do is like we cook breakfast for dinner for the Game Awards, and I'm like, oh no, we're gonna have a great time.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully,
Good.
this year I got invited to like an official watch party that is not where the Game Awards is,
Oh,
which
badass.
is better because usually like, not to talk smack on any people in the game industry that like listen to our podcast, but like every time after the Game Awards, everyone goes to the JW Marriott and everybody gets so sloshed, people can't talk straight, like they're slurring their words and like tripping over themselves and stuff, and it's quite frankly a pretty unsafe environment. And I just kind of want to air that out there because I feel like if I talk about it enough, maybe people will like stop doing that and, you know, not drink to the point of that. It's weird. It's like frat party behavior, you know?
As the
Any of
you
resident
go to
jock
college?
of the group, I gotta say it. Nerds don't know how to party. And by don't
No,
know
they
how
don't.
to party, I don't mean they don't know how to have fun. I mean they don't know how to have moderation.
It's very interesting because I feel like people in this game space, especially like a specific generation, right? Maybe they weren't like the most popular, and I could just be like making an assumption, but it feels like emulation of what they think partying is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
was
this
like
is
that.
how people party in Hollywood, and it's like, no, not really.
People in Hollywood are incredibly self-conscious while they're partying because they're in Hollywood and everyone's looking and they have to
Mhm.
sort of behave in a certain way. But also that's just true. Hey, folks, listen, when you go party and like drinks are there and you're drinking and stuff, it's okay if you end up getting drunk. I'm not going to say like, oh, if you get drunk at a party, like you fucking suck and you're going to make a mess out of everything, whatever. But when you start to feel that you are sort of like off the deep end, you know, it's also important to remember that just because you're drunk, it doesn't mean your actions will become more acceptable because you're drunk.
Mhm.
You still
Yes.
gotta behave yourself. You still gotta play by the party rules. If you commit party fouls while you're drunk, people ain't gonna like you.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna leave a bad taste in people's mouths. I think what was most disappointing is I had actually met the content team for a game that had sponsored me for something, and they were really, really drunk, like super drunk. Kept asking me what my name was and kept misgendering me, and it was just a terrible time, man. Like imagine
Jesus.
you meet like a sponsored content creator for your game and you have to keep going, sorry, what was your name again? Oh my god, sorry. I'm just like so drunk right now. What was your name? What was your name? Anyways, I'm the hater of the podcast today.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing nice to say
He's
about
the
anything
hater
this
of
week.
the cast, and you know him well. It's Kazuma now, and GZ finish it off. I can't finish this bar.
I don't know the DK rap.
And you're going to hell. JK.
Spiteful,
Justice Kazi
hateful,
here.
and cynical too.
He's a grumpy old man, and he's gonna kill you.
Oh my god, thank you. I was gonna tell Jake to draw us all as like Marvel characters because we were playing Marvel Rivals, but now I have to have him draw us as apes.
Oh, can I be Diddy Kong? I love Diddy Kong.
I don't know any ape.
I'll leave it up to Jake's discretion.
You're
on
gonna get
who I will
Lanky
be.
Kong for that.
I don't care.
What the fuck
trust
is a
the
Lanky
process.
Kong?
You don't know the
Hang on,
Donkey
hang on.
Kong family? Chunky
don't
Kong,
know
Lanky Kong,
No.
Dixie Kong, Diddy Kong.
Okay.
Wonky
Okay,
Kong.
I need you to understand. I didn't play games for children. I think I played one Sonic game, but my dad had Baldur's Gate
Sonic
and
game. Sonic's are
Diablo
for
at
kids.
home.
Sonic is for connoisseurs.
Donkey Kong
Okay.
64 is for masochists and sadists who like doing things to themselves.
So I should play that.
Donkey Kong 64 is great. I want it on record. Recently, well, not recently, but like in 2016, they discovered a secret banana collectible in Donkey Kong 64 after years of not having seen it because it was like completely hidden. I want it on record. I found that shit when I was a kid. Y'all just don't pay attention when you play video
Proof?
games. I don't have proof. There's no proof, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna die on this hill having done that.
Okay, sure.
I don't care. Anyway, play Donkey Kong 64 up to when you get to the Diddy Kong jetpack races. Then you can stop playing because those are kind of bad.
I kind of want to play Diddy Kong Racing. I hear that's fun.
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Huge.
But anyway, I am celebrating the holidays this year
Mhm.
and also my birthday, which will be on Wednesday.
Oh my goodness, Wednesday.
I'm going to be 32 years old.
Wed nasty.
God, you and Jake are like around the same age.
Yeah, I think so. Ugh.
I know you're like 10 years older than me. You're old.
I don't know if that makes me feel older or if that makes you
Wait a minute.
feel
Cullen
like
just
a
said
baby.
10 years. Cullen, how old are you? Cullen, how old are you?
It's
How
a
old are you?
mystery.
No,
Cullen, how
this
old
is
are
good.
you?
Let the audience think Cullen wears a lollipop and like little like
That makes you seem
propeller
older.
hat.
outfits.
Okay,
That
no,
makes you seem
no,
older. The fact
no,
that you think
Cullen-
a 22-year-old would be like that.
Cullen has a propeller hat, suspenders, and a lollipop.
That just means I'm
is-
adorable. I'm not letting you turn this around on me.
Listen, I was 22 once. When I look at 22-year-olds now, I go, "You're
a child.
you have
You're- yeah, they
no
suck.
context of the real world. You
I mean, we
have
just
no fucking awareness of anything."
So what are you doing for your birthday, GC?
I don't know. Leave me alone.
All right. Fair enough. I was trying to be nice on that one, but whatever.
I was thinking maybe doing a stream. I don't know. Maybe buy myself a plane ticket somewhere. Show up
Wait,
to
what?
one of my haters' houses. Scare them.
That's just, you
So-
mean me.
It's an annual tradition.
Dude, you should come to LA from the 20th to like the 23rd or something.
Oh my god. Could you imagine?
Dude, Jake will be here.
Oh, maybe. No, I gotta save up for MagFest. So I'll probably just end up
Okay,
buying
okay,
my
okay.
plane ticket for
Okay.
Mag.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
I don't know about y'all.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
It's been kind of like a boring 3 weeks.
it sure has been.
It has been
holidays
largely
are- yeah.
uneventful.
Yeah. I was expecting to have more to talk about, but fuck, there's been like nothing.
You beat Outer Wilds.
Oh, I did. I guess I played games.
You beat Outer Wilds.
I beat a video game.
How did you like Outer Wilds? A great game, right?
It was a pretty great, generational, magnificent, wonderful video game.
Yep.
And by the time this goes out, I will also put up a review for Fantasian. The game's pretty good.
Yeah, I hear it's nice.
It's very mean to you. I do respect an RPG that wants to cause you harm. But you know, I've got some thoughts. I don't want to get too into them though. But y'all, if y'all are like, oh, RPGs are really boring now, and oh, RPGs are whatever, and oh, Final Fantasy sucks now, or any of those, just go play Fantasian. It's
Yeah.
a good ass game.
I get the feeling I don't want to be a hater.
Yes, please.
I get the feeling I'm going to like Fantasian, but I get the feeling that the voice acting, maybe not the voice acting, but like the dialogue is gonna get on my nerves.
I don't think there's
For what?
anything there that would.
Not like in terms
It's-
of like what they're saying, but I think like cutscenes running on too long.
Maybe.
Or them not getting to the point in an event where the the point reveal, right? Like a big twist reveal where they take really long to get to the part where they reveal the twist, even though the twist is pretty obvious.
I would not say that's an issue that Fantasian has.
Okay.
I would say that Fantasian for the first part does have a good amount of story there. It is very light on story for the second part, and it lets you just play the video game.
Oh, excellent.
But there are parts where it gets extra indulgent and has like full on like graphic novel scenes where you're just reading like a ton of text like narrated to you. I actually really liked them, and the prose is very high quality, and the voice acting is all amazing. So it's like, it's a good game. Game good.
Nice.
Like, goddamn. That's a good ass game. It's not necessarily though what I wanted. I wanted like part one of that is really setting it up to be like, oh yeah, we're doing another like classic Final Fantasy. And then part two is like, everything's out in the open. It's fully like go at your own pace, light story. It's all dungeons and boss battles. Go, 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 go. Play the hard video game. And I'm like, this is really well designed. I don't know if I wanted this for this time of year. I typically chill in my December releases.
Yeah, you have like that holiday game thing you do every year.
I do, yeah, where I like to wind down the year with like a cozy RPG, just like a game I can just play the entire like month to just like, relax and chill myself.
Yeah.
Typically it's Trails games if I'm working on them, because if nothing else, they're very cozy. Like when I finally, read up my review for Fantasian, and then I think I'm closing out on Tsukihime right now. I am just going to spend the rest of the month playing Daybreak 1 to try to catch up in time for that other Trails game coming out. Fucking Daybreak 2 comes out Valentine's Day, I believe. So yeah, I say I was like, oh, I got nothing going on. I have been actually quite busy.
Wow.
Y'all been doing anything?
Kazuma?
Coming up, or did I do anything over the holidays?
Ever. Through all time.
So coming up, Jake is gonna visit, and we're probably gonna do like, I don't know, like so for New Year's, like my friend group in person does like a rewatch of like some kind of series or movies over the New Year's, and we're gonna watch Arcane, which I'll talk about on the podcast, because I also watched Arcane because the final season came out, and I have a lot of thoughts about it. Complicated. But other than that, that's kind of all I really did. That and like watch some streamers do this World of Warcraft hardcore challenge, and they were like, okay, so do you know what hardcore is, Cullen?
No. If it's a World of Warcraft thing, this will have to be a GC and Kaz talk enthusiastically while Cullen tries to not drool on himself conversation.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is, because it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
So Blizzard opened up a set of anniversary servers, new classic servers, which means it's vanilla. It's the start of World of Warcraft. It's that kind of content. And they have something called hardcore. So when your character dies, your character is gone forever and you must start over. So
Hardcore.
A bunch of really, really famous streamers and really popular streamers got together to make a guild called OnlyFangs. And they had done this before on like Alliance side. Now they're doing it on Horde side. And the parameters this time are that they can only do self-found, which means that they cannot get help from anyone outside of their guild, because it's guild self-found. So only people in the guild can offer each other services, give each other items, make things for each other, etc. Because last time they destroyed the fucking server economy of the server they were on last time. So another stipulation was they all have to role play.
Ooh.
So they are all role-playing characters with a proximity chat mod on. So you have people that are like role-playing trolls that have like, Rastafarian or like Jamaican accents, or orcs that are like, me not that kind of orc. You know what I'm talking about, GC. For Cullen, you're not going to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And like,
Me not
there's
that
like
kind
undead.
of orc.
Exactly.
That orc was Kermit.
And what? Oh yeah,
GC
basically Kermit. Yeah.
I was like,
Kermit or
GC's orc
Chris
is
Messina.
that was a Kermit the Frog.
Kermit
Yes.
the Frog here.
Jesus Christ, that's good.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Oh my God.
We're here in
Thanks, Jim Henson.
beautiful New York City. I like the Muppets. Anyway, please continue.
But so they're playing Horde, which means that their side are trolls, orcs, Tauren, and undead. Tauren are basically giant cows. And the undead are just undead people, right? But all of these factions within this guild are competing with each other to see who will have the most points. What they're basically trying to do is everyone's trying to get to Molten Core, and when they beat Molten Core, then that will be the end of the challenge, right? Nobody has gotten there because everyone's fucking dying all the time.
Because vanilla WoW is very... that game is designed to at some point have you die at like around level 10 or 12 to teach you about the death mechanics.
Yes. And I saw a streamer actually get killed by a patrol as she was killing, and you could just hear her run away from her mic and scream.
Yeah.
So she had lost like 1.5 weeks of progress. But it's really interesting because if you get caught cheating, the leader of like the entire guild has to come up with like a punishment, right? So one of the streamers was basically using the auction house to store items, which was not part of that was against the rules. So what they did is they basically sentenced this guy to die. They had him come to the 1v1 arena, and the guild leader said anybody that kills him, or the first person that kills him, gets 20 gold. And in vanilla WoW, that's a lot of gold because you need like what 90 gold to get your mount.
Yeah, I believe it's 90 for the mount and 10 for the training.
Yes, so it's like 100 gold, and you are getting gold at an agonizingly slow pace. So this guy obviously died in 1v1 combat, and all hell broke loose, and there was a lot of guild drama. People like saying that was too harsh, etc., etc. Other people supporting it, and it caused division within the faction. And every week there's also like these faction meetings, and I think those were the most interesting things to sit in on, because now you won't get this at all, Cullen, because this is like Warcraft lore, but GC will get this. One of the orcs got a scroll of intelligence and used it, so he started to put on a Cockney accent. Like he was really smart suddenly, and someone said they were basically like, no, this is bad. He's smart like Gul'dan. Kill him. So everyone tried to fucking kill him.
And this isn't an RP server, right? This is a roleplay server.
No, this isn't just a classic PvE server.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you have like hundreds of streamers playing with each other, role playing like this, and in proximity chat and shit. Just just saying things like that. Like, again, kill him. He reminds us of Gul'dan. Kill him. You know what happened last time there was a smart orc. Kill him. Or the trolls literally like... So the trolls don't have a war chief right now, and they're trying to elect one, and somebody suggested somebody, and they were like, nah, Mon, that's nepotism, and they got into a whole fucking argument about nepotism. So that's what I did over the holiday, and I'm actually writing something about this for a new site that I will be adding to my bylines, but I was calling it watching my soaps. So that's kind of what I did over the holiday. That, and my dad got me a Warhammer book and took me to the Warhammer store, and I asked if they had any hunky boys at the Warhammer store, and they said yes.
Nice.
And I walked away with some minis that I'm going to paint with one of my friends in person.
Have fun. Painting stuff is so much fun.
Yeah, the Imperium does, in fact, have hunky boys. I don't know anything about Warhammer, so if somebody in the comments wants to like give me a breakdown of like the Imperium in the comments that I can actually understand, that would be great. Because my dad tried to explain Warhammer lore to me, and one guy had some kids, and those kids had kids, and those kids are space marines, and they're all trying to kill each other.
Yes, and also the Emperor is a wall.
Oh, huh?
The Emperor is a wall. The guy,
like a physical wall.
The guy that rules everything. The
like
Emperor.
The God Emperor.
Yeah, he's a big wall.
What?
He's a big wall. He's a big wall. He's a big golden wall. Here, look, I'll show you.
Okay, please show me the big golden wall.
This sounds
So
like
y-
absolutely nonsense to me, but I'm nodding along.
It's
I
a
okay.
Big
So
wall, huh?
yeah. So the reason my dad was like really interested in me getting into Warhammer was oh okay, I see. He's a corpse in a wall. I understand.
Yeah.
He's attached to stuff. Okay.
Or like Final Fantasy 12.
No, that's Demon Wall. This is
This is a big wall.
This is a big
yeah, but it
mechanical
doesn't
wall.
come at you.
Let me relate to it. Wait, why doesn't he
Okay,
come at
okay.
you? Never mind, he sucks.
Yeah, he's stuck in the wall. Like he can't like do anything.
Yeah.
Some people suspect he's not even alive anymore.
I mean,
and
yeah,
if you
'cause, like,
if
what
you
is the
suggest
Horus
that, it's
happen?
heresy.
Yeah, and they kill you.
Yeah.
And they murder your ass. Now, so the reason my dad was like pretty interested in gaming into Warhammer was that one, Warcraft is inspired by Warhammer, and I showed him the new Swain design from League after he finished Arcane because we watched Arcane together. I rewatched it with him, and he watched it for the first time. He was like, "He looks like a Warhammer character," and that's like him trying to get me into Warhammer for like the past 3 years. And I was like, "Okay, Dad, if they have hunky boys, then I'll get into Warhammer." And there were, in fact, hunky boys. There are also like space vampires that like go into blood rages or something. I don't know.
40K's got a bunch of stuff.
It
Honestly,
feels
the
like there's
Space
too much
Marines is the
lore.
most boring part.
Really?
Yeah, there's like that new game that came out, Rogue Trader. That's about you being a rogue trader. And what that basically means is that you are essentially a privateer. You are sanctioned by the Empire to do things and act outside of Empire rules as long as it is in service to the Empire.
Damn. So you're
and-
like an anti-imperialist imperialist.
Yeah, so like you get to like do stuff and like ultimately it's not like you're going to overthrow anything, but you do have like some sort of freedom of choice in like how you handle certain situations. Because you are
Okay.
literally sanctioned by the Empire to handle situations however you see fit. However, in the 40K universe, you don't really get a lot of like feel good opportunities because most normal people are just servitors and they're literally just like zombies. So it doesn't really matter.
I don't. The thing is, like, it feels so impenetrable. Like when people talk about Warhammer, because I actually played Rogue Trader, but like I didn't understand anything I played.
Yeah,
That's just like
normal.
me as well. Any of these war things y'all talk about, I just nod and I go, I'll never be able to understand that.
You
Me
would
with
like
Warhammer.
Rogue Trader.
Yeah,
I mean, we
maybe.
have it. We have it in our Steam library because my dad got me the $100 early access collector's edition. Because my dad
Wow.
like now I know where I get it from when I'm like, oh, please play this game that I like. I want to share this thing I like with you. I get it from my dad. So
I think it's a
yeah,
pretty human trait, though.
some people are not like that, Cullen. Some people really like don't want other people to get
They're
into
very
the thing they
precious.
like because they
No,
feel
you
ownership
know what?
over it.
I get that. I know people like that. I'm a bit the opposite. I am
Yeah,
also just like, oh, please look at this. Except if it's like Kazuma, then I'm like, no, don't even look at it. It's fine.
When I
Please
was
don't
growing up, I
perceive
wasn't
it.
allowed to listen to the same music my brother listened to because he hated when I would listen to his music. My little brother, mind
annoying.
you.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. He's a child.
That's even
Yeah.
funnier. No, he's a
Well,
year and a
listen to
half
my
younger than
music.
me.
Oh, okay. Well, he's still little.
Well,
Yeah.
what'd you listen to there, kiddo? The Wiggles?
So
It's like, oh, fuck off, GC. God.
I straight up don't know like most of My Chemical Romance because my brother really liked My Chemical Romance, and whenever I would play the song, he would barge into my room and go, "What are you doing?"
Playing MCR. See, this is why we have to get GC to listen to like the pop hits, right? Like you got to listen to like Sabrina Carpenter and Addison Rae's Diet Pepsi. Like I'm just going to keep leaving these, like they're not good songs, GC, but they're like songs that you listen to when you're in the car with like your girl, you know?
I don't know. Espresso's pretty good.
Yeah, espresso is really good. Espresso is pretty good. Also, I say
Espresso's
that as though
pretty
I'm a
good.
heterosexual, but I'm very gay, and I love listening to these songs when I play like Valorant, specifically. Like I'll be playing Valorant, and it's either that or I listen to like a lot of post-hardcore like Norma Jean, and for some reason like I fucking lock in. But I can only listen to like girly pop music when I'm playing Chamber, and I can only listen to post-hardcore when I'm playing Sova. And then it just throws my fucking vibes off if I'm listening to something else, but. Gotta figure out what my playlist is for Marvel Rivals, which we've all been playing together. Cullen.
I'm the Iron Fister. Here I come. Ba, 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 ba,
Please
ba,
stay
ba,
away from me,
ba.
Iron Fister.
Nope. Oh, pucker up.
That's the opposite of what you want to do.
Pucker down.
So Cullen, you've liked Marvel Rivals. What you played of it?
I have played substantially less than every single person on this call. It is good. I will try to articulate more on why that is. But I was never like addicted to Overwatch, but I still played a fuck ton of it back in the day. I was always really bad at it because I just context around me. I like shooters a lot, but I'm more about those like mindless, like just deathmatch kind of shooters. I don't like playing objectives, but I'll do it if like, you know, we're playing something like Rivals. It's just, it's so much to say about the game feel of this, where like everything was against this for me to just like not like it. It's Marvel, which I don't care about. It is an objective based hero shooter, which I don't care about. That is it. And just the game feel and the amount of characters available on launch and how good the network, like the netcode is. I hopped on with a call, like in a match with, or I guess a couple matches with Kaz and GC
And
last
Davon.
night. And Davon, of course. We love you, Davon.
Davon's Venom is so sickening.
But and I was like, I'll play an hour and then I'll go to bed. I'll get reasonable amounts of sleep. And just play a little bit. And I was there for like 3 hours. Up late last night playing this fucking game, and as soon as we are done with this podcast,
Yes,
we are going to go well, at least me in particular, be unsober and play it for the rest of the night.
I'm gonna join you. You know that's a given, buddy.
Oh yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
gonna get crazy. But yeah, I loved it.
I'm so glad. This
Fantastic. It's so fun. I bought a battle pass. I could play it at my own leisure. Iron Fist is fun. I like Psylocke a lot too. I like how they just kind of like low-key ripped off some Overwatch characters, but fuck them, so I don't care. It's like guilt-free Overwatch.
it's yeah,
It's fun.
it's just really, I think because the roster has so much variety, and when I interviewed them at SGF, like Summer Game Fest, they said that they wanted it to be fun over being like completely balanced, which I
Mhm.
like. But also, I think the game has enough characters to where, like, if you're getting fucking trounced, if you just swap stuff around to counter, you can still win. Like, there was a match that I think you, me, and Jake played this morning, GC, where we really turned it around the moment that I switched to Jeff.
Yes.
So, if you guys don't know who Jeff is, Jeff the land shark is like a shark puppy hybrid, and he has pink little beans, and he doesn't make any noise except for like brrr, and he just shoots water at you to heal you, and he can eat you. And
Yeah, I was gonna say, bearing the lead. He's a vorer.
Yeah,
devours
well,
you.
know. Yeah, like you Venom.
But
But I think it's super fun, and I'm glad that we have a game we can play together, because I'm always trying to find stuff to do with you that isn't Halo.
But we could just play Halo.
I know.
No one will play Halo with me.
Yeah,
I was
But,
even saying this when we were playing last night. I was just like, because they were like, well, sport, how you liking your new game? And I was like, it's good, but I wish I was playing Halo.
literally. But I think it's super cool because like you have Iron Fist, like you mentioned, right? Like that character just goes in,
Mhm.
and like I was getting the shit kicked out of me by an Iron Fist, just constantly fucking
Going
diving the
in.
back line. Yeah.
It's to kind of like go off of what you were saying, how like it can so quickly switch things up with how easy it is to switch to a completely different character, and just it can it can change the tide of your match. And matches are really short in this game. So
Mhm.
when you lose, like one, you're not gonna be losing for long. Like you'll just, you'll hit your next match. But also it's like, okay, so it feels like, from my experience so far, like teams aren't as static as they are in Overwatch. You are like switching characters up like that. Like you are like switching your game plan. And if you notice all of a sudden, like, why is the other team fucking us up? It's like, oh, They switched their entire team comp. That makes sense. Now we need to do the same.
Yep.
Like there were times where I was like really liking Psylocke in the early bits of a match where I was like, snipe throwing people, doing really good, and then suddenly it just shifted. I was like, no, fuck it. Switch to Iron Fist, go in, go crazy, kill people really fast, get out. It's just fun.
Yeah.
And
this is gonna go
Wolverine.
like, oh, and Wolverine's so fun. This game's gonna pop off like crazy. I'm so glad that Overwatch has good competition that people are actually playing in mass, because I think this was before we started doing a podcast, but I really loved Gundam Evolution, but the problem was that they had $5 to their name and no one played it. So did not survive very long. And I was so bummed.
In hindsight, like, it also was not the best hero shooter out there.
No, but it had room to grow.
Yeah, like we were sitting there going like, oh, if the maps are just a little bit different, or if like they tweaked these Gundams around a little bit, or if they added more Gundams and then they didn't really do it fast enough, and then people dropped it because it was like like that was it. Like the meta had been found. Mm-hmm. Whereas like with Marvel Rivals, like you were saying, it's like so far the way the meta seems to be working is that people are paying more attention to who they're fighting against and switching things up, and then the enemy team responds by doing the same. And that is certainly something that people in Overwatch do. Oh yeah. But the difference between Overwatch heroes and Marvel Rival heroes is that when I played Overwatch, and I played quite a bit of Overwatch when it came out, it took me a really long time to figure out how heroes worked. I played Marvel Rival. I played the beta test, and then they added a bunch of new characters, and we went in yesterday, and I literally picked up like 2 or 3 new characters that night, just because like I picked them on a whim, and I read their abilities, and I pushed like buttons, and in like 2 minutes I was like, oh, okay, this is how this character works. I know how to use this character now, and I was able to actually like change my character to change our strategy, but also I was able to act on that. It wasn't just like, oh, okay, this is what I should do, but I don't know how to play this character, so I'm going to be like all over the place. That didn't happen. And I think that's something that Marvel Rivals has going for it, is that like it is very approachable. Like learning a new hero in Marvel Rivals is very approachable, but it feels like the skill ceiling is pretty high.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And a big thing that I was hearing a lot around the time Overwatch was very popular, apparently a lot of pro players when I played Overwatch were like leaving Overwatch, or like they dropped Overwatch because they were like, the skill ceiling is too low. Like the meta has basically become concrete. There's nothing to play with. There's no like, alternatives or counters or like things that actually change the dynamics of like match to match gameplay. And then, people stopped playing Overwatch because it got boring. It was like the meta's the same. It's always the same. It doesn't fucking change.
Beyblade, let her rip. Do you remember that meta?
I think so, yes.
So what you would do is you would play Reaper, and then you would just boost Reaper as Ana, and then you would just wipe an enemy team that way. And everyone was doing Reaper Ana the entire time, or double take meta, Reinhardt Roadhog, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. And like it always like it just always like got run into the ground. Whereas like with Marvel Rivals, it really feels like there's enough. First of all, they launched the game with enough heroes that it's like there is a lot to work with. There is a lot to play around with. There's
so many matchups to learn.
Yes, and then they added like the hero synergies and stuff like that, where like if 2 heroes are like if they have like a relationship with one another, you get an additional ability, and that adds an additional layer of strategy where it's like, okay, do we synergize heroes here? Do we not do that? Is that going to make a difference? Like, and like that, like play, that theory crafting is something I feel Overwatch was desperately lacking. Whereas in here, it's like abundant. Mm-hmm. Also, the maps are good.
Can I offer a more like super surface level bit of praise?
Yeah.
The designs are amazing, and they look like dog shit in Overwatch.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like, that's the thing. Overwatch characters are fucking boring. And I was not expecting anything from this, but I was looking at these characters, some of which I'd say maybe like roughly half. Unfortunately, I'm going to be a basic bitch, mostly the ones that I know of from the MCU. I don't read comics, but like all of them have designs I have like never seen before. And all the designs are great. Like, it's not just that they like obviously they have like costumes from the more popular ones, but it's not like the default ones were just like, all right, cool, drag that from popular, put it here. Everyone looks cool and everyone looks like unique. And I'm seeing stuff I don't get to see often from these comics. So me as a player am just like, oh, this is really like, I like looking at this game.
And you know what you got to give credit for that?
Hmm?
So like a big reason they were able to do cool character designs in this is because their world building in this is actually pretty solid. Where
it's its own thing as well. That's important.
Yes, it's its own thing. It's not based off like a different comic book run or anything like that. It certainly takes inspirations from certain comic books. If you've ever like heard of like God Doom, there's a comic book run of Doctor Doom where he basically becomes the god of the Marvel universe or whatever. And like it just talks like the plot like just goes places or whatever. Like it definitely borrows from that idea. But like the heroes that you see are heroes from a different multiverse. And instead of just taking it from like the main universe of Marvel, which a lot of stuff does, they were like, no. We're going to do Captain America 2099. We're going to do Spider-Man from this universe. We're going to take Wolverine from this universe. We're going to like give them an actual backstory of like, this is who this particular version of this character is. And we're going to give them a design that kind of matches up with that kind of like works with that. And like, all of those designs are based on a very strong world building, which I'm going to be honest, I don't think Overwatch had at launch, and I don't think it ever did a good job of doing.
No.
Where like you get pockets of information and pockets of like what this world is like from Overwatch, but there's no cohesion. Whereas this, ironically, doesn't have to be cohesive because the very premise of the game is that all of these characters are coming from different dimensions to stop the same evil, essentially. And like they build their setting around that instead, and it works for them. Like it's really concrete. I love it.
It's good. And you're totally right, by the way. Overwatch launched with like no lore other than the world needs heroes, and white man goes to Mexico to stop cartel from attacking young girl. Sorry, I'll never forget that. Sorry, we're gonna talk about some optics and shit later with Arcane, anyways. But
yeah,
it was all very loose, and a lot of it was given through Twitter, from what I remember. With Michael Chu, I think was his name. He was like the co-creator of Overwatch, and I think one of the artists. So you would learn that like Mercy was the one that healed Genji after Hanzo fucked him up. And the cinematics were more just sort of like, they were a bunch of nothing, because Blizzard's really good at making cinematics, but if you don't really know what's going on, like for example, the Wrath of the Lich King cinematic is fucking awesome if you played Warcraft 3 The Frozen Throne. If you haven't, you're like, big man in armor, undead army, big dragon, wow. But Overwatch didn't have that foundational lore to kind of get you excited. It was just like new character reveal and maybe some lore. And a lot of that lore was also inconsistent. Remember how like Cole Cassidy had like 3 different canon ages at one point?
I did
because
not,
the timeline.
but that's really funny.
Yeah, he had 3 different canon ages at one point because they couldn't figure out when he had specifically joined Overwatch, because some stuff had gotten changed. There was supposed to be a novel accompanying the release of Overwatch, but that got canned. And there was speculation that it was because Reaper, who was Gabriel Reyes that founded the Black Watch, obviously like a brown man, was the villain to their Captain America, like blonde hair, blue-eyed, like fucking superhero, super soldier guy. Who I actually need to check who made Soldier. I think it was Metzen, Soldier 76 creator.
It was so important.
It was
Marvel.
Chris Metzen. It was Chris Metzen.
Okay.
Who did 76.
It was so important for Marvel to have designed Captain America the way they did, and then to explicitly have him fight the Nazis. It was
Yes.
so important.
Yes. And not brown people in a gang.
Yeah.
You know?
I hope this
Um,
kills Overwatch. Like dead in the ditch. No more Overwatch.
I hope so too. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
I'm sick of Overwatch.
I just like, I don't think it's a strong IP, which is wild to
anymore.
say. It's
think it
wild
could
to
have been.
say.
It
Because
was.
Yeah, well, because it's sort of like outside of TF2, like this was the only big hero shooter, and everything that kind of came after was like an emulation of Overwatch. Like go look at Valorant, right? Their character art style was like vaguely similar but more polished.
Mhm.
It's like a CS:GO hero shooter, so it's like if you mashed Overwatch and CS:GO together. Well, that's being very generous. And mostly it's just the hero shooter stuff, but it's basically just CS:GO with hero shooter like heroes.
Yeah.
But like Overwatch spawned like a lot of clones, like Concord, for example.
Battleborn.
Yeah, right. Everyone wanted to be Overwatch, but that was also, I think, around the time that like Blizzard was actually falling off.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's weird to see Overwatch not be popular or fall off in the way it did.
And to be
But-
like absolutely despised now.
Well,
Because, yeah, it's
now you
like
have to
they
pay for
burn-
all the heroes.
Yeah, and they burned all their goodwill. They burned
There's
a ton
nothing-
of their goodwill.
There's nothing funnier than like being like, hey guys, we know that you guys don't like Overwatch 2 and you all want to play Overwatch 1. Well, it's back for a limited time. But like, come on, guys, isn't that great? Why are you booing us? We don't know how to make good decisions. No. Like, I have no sympathy for them at all.
It's also just very transparent when you introduce Overwatch as a live service game and you're like, yes, we're going to support Overwatch. This is the version of the game that you will have and play for, however long or whatever. And then it's like, okay, Overwatch isn't making us money anymore, but it's a strong IP. We're going to make a sequel to Overwatch. Also, all the money you spent in Overwatch, you're not getting it back. And it's like, damn, dude, like you really fucking shot yourself in both feet with this one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, hopefully Marvel Rivals overtakes it. I mean, that's a weird thing to say because like at the end of the day, it's like NetEase
All
is
the
another.
corpos are fighting.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, it's like they're fighting. But for me, it's like when you see like two kaijus fight, it's like, yeah, they're destroying the city.
Godzilla, go!
But I really want Godzilla to win. Yeah, my house is in tatters, but like I really hope the other monster loses.
Yeah, because there's definitely a worse one. And then, at the very least, like your house is already dead.
I want the better game to win. That arguably has the better practices. They're both still monsters, but like one fucking Marvel Rivals' battle pass is $5, and that's all you have to pay. You pay $5. You keep it forever. It doesn't expire. I believe if you go back, I don't know if they've confirmed this, but I believe if you miss the season, you can still buy the battle pass from previous seasons to like unlock stuff from that
So isn't
season.
that like the Halo game, the Halo thing?
Baffling that they let you pay the money. That's so crazy. That's where we're at now. Where we're like, thank you for letting us give you money.
Well, like
That's like limited time bullshit.
yeah, that's like the most important part, right? It's like they're not kind of relying on FOMO. What they're relying on is like supporting long-term content. So
and
like,
player enjoyment.
yeah, like we're not gonna get you here with FOMO. We have confidence in our game. We have confidence that if one season interests you and you opt in to play our game, we are hopeful that previous seasonal content will also entice you to continue playing the game, and so on and so forth. And it's weird because it's a free-to-play game with microtransactions, and like 5 years ago we'd all be like, this is bullshit. But now it's like it is a return to something that we prefer. And I really hope everything shifts in that direction, because it means we will start walking back the stupid business practices that run these games into the ground, and executives then point fingers at each other and at people under them and start playing a blame game so that they keep their Christmas bonus.
Yes.
I was talking to Kaz about this, and like I think what a lot of these studios don't get is that FOMO is a very short-term gain kind of thing.
Yes.
And like, if I enjoy your game, I will want to give you money because I like it. Like, going back to Gundam Evolution, I didn't need to like throw money for some of these things, but like, I enjoyed it. Like, I wanted to like be there. And I think all these studios, like, in chasing this kind of like, you know, like, this FOMO like style of making their money and all these battle passes and all this, are like not realizing that over time their player base is gonna get fed up.
Yes.
And so it's better to just make a game people enjoy and support it long term, because then you'll continue to just keep making money.
Yep, that's literally what happened to Destiny 2. People stopped playing Destiny 2 because they started sunsetting content in Destiny 2, not just like story content, but they also started sunsetting weapons. And people were like, my favorite weapon can no longer be used. What is the fucking point of me playing this fucking game if I can't do the content that I like doing? I can't use the weapons that I like using, and I can't like, you know, introduce friends to those things to get them to play the game. I'm fucking done. I'm out of here. I was like that. And like, I played Destiny 2 at launch. I played a couple expansions. I dropped it. I came back for, I think it was Forsaken. I dropped it after I was done with Forsaken. I skipped 2 DLCs. I came back, and like, that's a best case scenario. That's a best case scenario of like a person sort of like feeling the FOMO and tuning in every once in a while to play the content and then dropping it. And it's like, if I'm not constantly playing that game, there's no way in fucking hell I'm going to spend the money to like buy specific things or do specific things in that game. And I'm certainly not going to tell my friends to play it with me, which is kind of like an important part of a live service game, is that word of mouth is really fucking strong. Word of mouth works. And even if I'm playing your fucking game, sorry, I'm cursing a lot. Even if I'm playing your game, if I do not care to show my friends these games because in my head, I'm like, there's no way my friends are going to be into this, because they're going to be like, dude, they're taking advantage of you or whatever. And like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be a sucker. Like, then eventually I will also drop the game. I will go play whatever my friends are playing. And then you will have a smaller player base. And then, you know, what ended up happening in Bungie happens.
Mm-hmm. And for the record, so Marvel Rivals has over 300,000 people playing it right now, which is pretty good. And
just
regarding, just on Steam, this is not accounting for console players, because there is console and there is cross play between console and PC, which is great, because I have a lot of friends that don't have gaming PCs that want to play this game with me. So I like the fact that this is accessible across that. You don't have to be on console to play with console or PC to play with PC, because this game is not competitive, which is fantastic, I think, because it's casual.
I hate competitive games. I'm really like, we need to go back to shooters when they were just like about having fun and not balancing the entire game around esports or whatever.
Yes.
I know it's an industry and I know it makes a lot of money, but
no,
like,
it doesn't. No, esports does not make money.
I don't know. But like, I know why.
No, historically, esports. So I'm just going to tell everyone listening right now. Historically, esports does not make money. It's never made money. They've tried
to, they've tried to like make it a profitable thing.
They have definitely designed games like this for those audiences, and it's always a bad idea. And it always hurts your shooter in the long run, because most people just want to have fun.
Most people do not care about esports.
Yes.
And then when you see all these fucking tryhards hop in and like master these bullshit like mechanics and all that, and it's just like, I don't want to play this.
Like, oh boy, I'm getting stomped again. This fucking blows. Like, I don't mind losing, but like with Overwatch, like you could really tell that someone just didn't want to play ranked and they just wanted to stomp people to feel good. And that's what really sucked. So I just kind of stopped playing Overwatch because of that. And like, because everyone was so competitive in Overwatch, like when you lose, maybe your team like is unhappy and everyone kind of leaves feeling sour. But with Rivals, I'm just like, oh, we lost, but I still had fun because I got to shoot people with, like, I don't know, my fucking biomechanical arm because I'm the bionic commando is the Winter Soldier or whatever. Or I get to be a cute shark for like 15 minutes or something, right?
Mhm.
I also want to circle back to the skin stuff because I'm like thinking about it, right? And like, I really hope they don't put skins on rotation because if I could buy like a skin I want like all year around, I will eventually get to buying that skin when I have the money to. And I think more games that have microtransactions should account for that because I think FOMO fucking sucks and you're actually losing out on a large portion of your audience by making something limited time. Like if Fortnite didn't have like limited battle skin, like the battle pass skins, I would have honestly bought so many fucking skins in that game. Like for example, like I started playing after they had introduced Midas, and the things I would have done to get that fucking Midas skin, like the original one, if it was still in the shop, but it's not. And so eventually, I was just like, okay, like I have the skins I want, can't get the skins I want anymore, and I just like playing with my friends and having skins, so I stopped playing Fortnite. Also got boring, but whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes things change too much. But
We
I'm
should play
glad you're
Halo.
liking. Oh my god, Cullen.
Should play Halo.
But I'm really glad you're liking Marvel Rivals because I think it's fun. I also wonder what character they were teasing at the end of Wolverine's trailer.
Master Chief, star of Halo Infinite.
Yeah, GC, can you tell everyone about the fastball special, by the way? Because I don't know what that is, really.
Oh, so Fastball Special is in the game. Fastball Special is a famous thing where in the comics, Colossus throws Wolverine really fast. The origin of the Fastball Special is a little like people. I don't know if for sure. Some people say it's from Uncanny X-Men where Colossus like literally throws Wolverine over like a whole building. And then later on in that same comic book run, Wolverine is like, can you throw me again? But this time, like at the bad guys. And Colossus does. And Wolverine just like rockets into enemies. There is a comic that canonizes that Colossus's throwing arm, like his fastest, like clocked fastball is 220 miles an hour. So he throws Wolverine at 220 miles an hour. And because Wolverine is basically indestructible, he can survive the impact of being thrown that hard. And then they reference it across like the comic books, other media, other IPs. Like if you've ever seen a character if you ever seen big character pick up small character and then throw small character as hard as they can, like at the bad guy so that small character can do lots of damage. You've seen the Fastball Special. I've seen a ton of anime that does this.
Thank you, Marvel, for the Fastball Special.
It's great. It's in the game. You got to pair up Wolverine and the Hulk to do it. And the Hulk will just throw the Wolverine player into enemies. And then the Wolverine player will just use all their abilities and carve people up. It's awesome.
Wolverine's fucking crazy. Like, we played a match this morning, and I was just keeping Jake alive, but it was the most stressful thing in my entire fucking life. The entire call was just me being like, please come back. I can't heal you. Please come back. But yeah. So if you're looking for a new hero shooter burnouts, check out Marvel Rivals. It's fun.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a deathmatch shooter, play Halo Infinite. It's really good.
No,
well, we could always play the Halo Infinite campaign together. Oh no,
yeah, but I want to play deathmatch.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Halo gives me like PTSD in the form of like I regress into like a 13-year-old with anger issues.
I know, but it's great. Like we were playing Rivals and I was like, this is not making me get toxic and I feel really sad about this.
No, oh my god, Cullen. No, it's good. This
is a good thing.
Yes.
No, it was so much fun to play Halo Infinite.
You just want an outlet for all your pent up rage.
Yes, I work a 9 to 5, of course.
Go to the gym. Go to the boxing gym.
If your shooter is not letting you get all that out without saying slurs, of course, obviously.
Fucking I don't know.
Like, but you should be able to call someone a fucker and then like, you know, like shoot their corpse when you're done and then you teabag jump away.
So play a healer then, Cullen. Play a
No.
fucking healer.
You need better outlets, man.
It's not violent enough.
You can't be doing that. It's not healthy for you. You're gonna like your blood pressure is gonna be really high. It's gonna be like mine.
My blood pressure is increasing right now because of this conversation. I'll remember this next time we're playing Halo Infinite.
Yeah, you're gonna kill someone and you're gonna be like, take that, GC, and everyone in voice chat is gonna be like, who the fuck is that? And you're gonna be like, don't worry about it. Fucking go to the point.
No one's gonna be in voice chat because no one wants to play Halo Infinite with me because the game's over.
Okay, you play Halo Infinite by yourself then.
Why would I do that? That's no fun.
It could be.
No,
Maybe
I don't
you'll
like
make
playing with
lifelong
myself.
friends. I've been making so many friends in World of Warcraft playing by myself. So
Well, you get a podcast with them then.
I made some friends when I played Halo 3 back in the day. I don't know what happened to them. I knew a guy. Well, okay, that's too much information. I was gonna tell you like this guy's life story. I'm not gonna do that.
No. Everyone can like imagine this man, like in your head. Imagine this man that GC met.
GC's like, recently
Halo.
he just took a trip to New York. He said he had a business thing to take care of. They don't know where he is now.
He's probably a January 6th fucking.
No, I was gonna say
Cool.
let people create a man and like
They can create a man based off of both of our little bits of help.
There you go, folks. You've got it. But put it together.
You got it.
Hey, everybody. We had a really tense discussion about Arcane that we had to cut from the podcast. But I'm going to hit you up with something. It's a little bit of a palate cleanser to transition us to the end of the podcast here. Here we go. It's been a while since I've done this, but I'll do my best. Baka mitai kodomo nano ne. Yume wo ootte kizu tsuite. 嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた I love you もろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪まない思い出がバカみたい Yeah. Hope you're all enjoying your day or your night or your morning or whatever time it is where you're at. Don't forget to let us know what you think about the podcast. And remember that we appreciate you. I played Dragon Quest III Remake.
was it good?
I beat it.
Was it good enough?
Everything. I beat everything, including the post game super boss, which is the second super boss. I beat the second super boss in 24 turns, which is not fast enough. You have to beat it in under 15 to get the key item that signifies you have beaten the post game super boss efficiently. However, in order to do that, I would need to grind out some levels and reconfigure my party, and that would take like 2 hours of grinding, and I'm not doing that because I don't like grinding in RPGs. I never grind in RPGs. That game's fun. Really solid remake. We talked a little bit about it last episode. I'll just continue from that point. Job switching is so much more off. You do it so much more often now because of the way that XP is balanced. So in the original Dragon Quest III, you maybe changed classes on your character like once or twice. I had two of my party members go through every single class before I hit the end of the game. I kept one party member as just a sage. Like I got him to sage and then I left them there because I was like, I need 2 party members that can kind of like carry the other party members while they're like job switching. The game is super fun. Overworld exploration elements are great. Dungeons are awesome. The redesigns are great. They kept it mostly true to the original. There's like extra content here and there. Cutscenes have been recreated from the ground up to really flesh out the story of what you're doing. The final boss is way more like, there's more gravitas to everything you do in that game, thanks to the new art style and the new presentation of things. On top of that, due to how side content in that game works now, there's a lot of going back and forth to places. It is very nice to play an RPG that kind of just lets you do whatever you want. You can turn on map markers, but you don't have to. I played it without the map markers and I got by just fine because that game is well designed. I have one complaint that I will not take points away from it for, and it's that the final mode of transportation you get, and even the boat are
But more of the final transportation.
but more the final one, are a little too slow.
Yes.
And because of the nature of HD 2D, actually exploring the ocean in the remake is a little tedious, especially because there's a ton of secret spots and like sparkly things you can go find. But because of the way it's angled, you have to sort of explore from the bottom up. Whereas in like previous iterations where it was like more top down, it was very easy to scan the world map because you would literally, it was pixels. So you would like scan the edge of the map, move however many pixels to the right that your camera could hold, scan all the way back down, move, scan all the way up, move, scan all the way down, and like kind of just like printer style explore everything. Whereas in this game, you kind of can't do that because the camera perspective makes the bottom half of your screen very limited in what you can actually see in it. And that's like my one thing. But otherwise, the game is great. Balance is awesome. If you're playing on Draconian mode and you're having a bad time, just change the difficulty, man. You don't need to fucking prove anything.
No.
Like seriously. And if you're playing Draconian mode and you're like, well, you know, I'm going to grind 20 levels and then I'll be fine. I will find you. I will break whatever system you're playing this on. And I will tell you to change your ways. Don't fucking grind in an RPG. Grinding's bullshit. I might do a video on why grinding in RPGs is bullshit. If you like grinding,
they're going to come for you.
If you like standing in one spot and spending 50 hours attacking slimes until you're level 99, by all means do it. You're kind of ruining the purpose of the game. You know, like in my very quick, just like if you play a board game with your friends and you have to kind of follow the rules of the board game, because if you don't follow the rules of the board game, the game stops being fun. In a video game context, sometimes in RPGs, turn-based RPGs have a fatal flaw, and it's that you can break the rules by just staying in one spot and grinding. That is not what they intend you to do, but you can do that and ruin the rest of the game for yourself and then go on the internet and go, this game's really easy. I only had to grind for an hour and then every boss was super easy. Yeah, no shit. Because you stopped playing by the rules. You stopped playing by the rules of the game. Anyway, don't grind in RPGs. Dragon Quest III Remake is great.
RGC will
Loved
kill you.
it. What else did I do? I feel like I saw a movie that I really liked recently.
Indiana Jones.
We saw Indiana Jones.
It was good.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's good. I like it. Good stunt pieces, good set pieces. Love Harrison Ford. He seems to enjoy his role as Indiana Jones. But I feel like I watched something else recently and I can't put my finger on it.
I'm also struggling to think about what the fuck I did.
It was really important too. What the hell was it?
See, like I was gone for like a week with family, so I don't even know what time is. Like it feels like December could be over next week.
I remember.
Yeah.
I watched The Fall Guy.
Oh yeah, you did. You were telling me that was actually a good movie.
It was
the one with Ryan Gosling?
Yes.
And he jostled about.
It was a wonderful celebration of practical stunts and practical effects. Ryan Gosling is really funny in it. I thought it was going to be a movie about a stupid stunt actor who like bumble fucked his way through like an ordeal. It's not. Ryan Gosling's character is actually like kind of an everyman in a weird way. It is oddly enough a love story as well. And it's very meta. It is a very meta movie that is very fun for people who care about how movies get made. They do there's a very funny sequence. I won't spoil what they do, but they basically explain like the premise is that stunt actor is in love with the director of the movie that he's working on. And they have like, there's like tension there because of like history and stuff like that. And some stuff happens and like it sets up this whole like conflict that they have to sort of resolve. Okay. She calls the stunt guy up and she goes, hey, what do you think about this thing? And then the movie does the thing. She's like explaining how she wants a certain scene to play out. And then the movie actually does the scene that they're in the way that she's describing it. And it is like 1 degree away from being a Naked Gun movie. It is very funny, which I was not expecting. I would love to watch it with you two at some point because it is actually a very fun, fast movie.
We should watch it with Jake because like Ryan Gosling is like his transition goals. So he loves Ryan Gosling.
Perfect.
I love Ryan Gosling too. Ryan Gosling's so dreamy. I've been trying to get my girlfriend to watch Drive, starring Mr. Drive as Drive, about the guy who drives with me for so long, but she won't. I love Ryan Gosling. He's so dreamy and he's so handsome and he's so beautiful.
You should watch The Place Beyond the Pines, Cullen.
Is he dreamy and beautiful in that?
He is. But also,
sounds
both
suspicious.
of you should watch Lars and the Real Girl.
That's also a good movie, I hear.
Oh yeah, it's really good. It's see, I like movies that make me sad. So I'm like, Lars and the Real Girl, what a good movie. So yeah, it's always got to be painful for me.
But yeah, the movie's great. It's very meta. And the running joke of the movie is that they are making the worst fucking movie you've ever seen. But they all are like super dedicated. Like they're all like, this is it. This is going to be your big break. And it's, we're going to have a panel at Comic-Con this year. And it's like the worst fucking movie you've ever fucking seen. It's great. I love that movie. The guy from Bullet Train, the blonde guy who's playing Craven.
Bullet Train's so good.
He's in that movie. He's in this movie as well.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Yes, he's in this movie as well. Oh, that's right. He's Kick-Ass. I always forget he's Kick-Ass.
Oh my God. No, you need, okay. So like I had seen him in Kick-Ass, right? And I was like, whatever. I don't get why people like this guy. You need to watch Anna Karenina by Joe Wright. He is the most beautiful man alive in that movie. Okay. Like, I'm gonna post a GIF of him in the chat. Okay, please consider I had only ever seen him as Kick-Ass, and then I saw him as, hang on.
He has gone through a fucking transformation. Like he's a
beefcake.
Well, that's the thing is he was in Kick-Ass, but he was also in the 2014 Godzilla movie as like a Marine guy.
Yes, but
and then he kind of like softened his look. And now he's like a hunk. He's like a twunk. He's like a combination between like a hunk and a twink. Like it's like a perfect blend.
Ideal male body type for me.
Please God. Okay, see, okay, I had seen him in Kick-Ass and then I saw this, okay? And I was like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
What happened here?
He kind of looks like this in The Fall Guy as well. Like that's what he looks like as well. Let me see if I can find his Godzilla, his appearance in Godzilla, so that you can like freak the fuck out.
I forgot he was in the Avengers as well because his character died.
Oh, his character sucks in that movie, so no wonder you forgot.
Like,
oh my
look
God,
at the
ew, what happened?
Audience. Listeners, go look up Aaron Taylor Johnson from Godzilla 2014 and then pull up an image of him from Anna Karenina, the movie Kazuma just like mentioned, and just look at the two.
What happened? In Bullet Train, he was really hot though. Big sexy.
Oh my God. He must have gotten a better agent or something that was like, okay, we're gonna fucking, you're gonna do a whole new fucking look for yourself. We're gonna market you a little differently. Cause like, also, holy shit.
Yeah, him and Bullet Train goes crazy. Also, he is like one of the funniest people in that fucking movie.
In Bullet Train, yes.
Oh God, Lemon and Tangerine are my fucking favorites. And I will be watching Craven with Jake. because Jake thinks Aaron Taylor Johnson is like mega hot, and he's like, I need to see Craven. Wait, did I tell you guys about the fucking Craven trailer when I watched Alien from Romulus? I think I did, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Okay, so they showed the trailer for Craven the Hunter ahead of Alien Romulus, and it was more graphic and gory than Alien Romulus. Like, he fucking has a bear trap, and he fucking slams that into some dude's head.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the fucking trailer has him biting a dude's nose off and spitting it at the camera.
Sheesh.
What?
You didn't see the fucking trailer for Craven? Aaron
haven't.
Taylor Johnson bites a dude's nose off and spits it out.
Okay, but is that in line with Craven the character?
Yes, he's a fucking animal.
Okay, because everyone's kind of like, this is stupid, and I'm like, if this is what Craven is like, then I guess it's fine.
I mean, some people will be like, "Oh, he's like a gentleman hunter." No, he is not a gentleman hunter. He is like ruthless. Like that's Craven's thing, is that Craven is ruthless as hell. So like they're imagining of Craven just being like I'm going to fight like an animal because I hunt animals and I understand the animal brain. That's so cool. Like that is so fitting for the character. I'm 100% behind it. The movie might still suck anyway, but that is a great.
It's a Sony movie, of course it will.
Yeah, but that is a great like representation. Like that is a great like angle for that character. 100%.
See, because isn't Craven inspired by that short story about the guy that invites all those people to his island and then he hunts them for sport?
Craven, I think, like in the comic books, Craven kidnaps superheroes to hunt.
Oh, to hunt them. Yeah, because
so like that's what he does to Spider-Man. He kidnaps Spider-Man.
I think it's so funny that he does that to Spider-Man, of all people, because it's like you're kidnapping this like fucking teenager to hunt him in Brooklyn or something.
Yeah.
He was
like
he was so fucking lame in Spider-Man 2. It's like one of the fucking that game's story is kind of dumb. I'm just remembering now fucking how dumb that game is. Oh.
But yeah, The Fall Guy. Great movie. Loved it. I honestly I might buy a Blu-ray very soon of it because I definitely want to watch that movie again. It is very fun. It is very clever. There's a lot of really good setup and payoff. It's just like a classic like action movie. I fucking loved it. Fall Guy.
Okay, yeah.
Bullet Train is also fucking great.
Okay. Well, it looks like I have to watch The Fall Guy with Jake because it has two of his like aspirations in it. And also I think Aaron Taylor Johnson is so hot.
We gotta watch it together. We gotta, please. Yeah. It's so good.
Okay. Well, I'll pull the little German boy in.
But yeah, and that was it. I think that's it. I haven't done anything else. I bought Hot Wheels Turbo. I bought Hot Wheels Unleashed Turbocharged.
Was it good?
It's good. They added a jump button. It's great. Drifting feels great in that game. Like they got the racing so fucking down pat. The only thing I hate about that game is that like if I make a single mistake, I'm in last place. But I mean that's racing games.
That's why I don't like them.
If you fuck it up, like you're fucked. Well, if you fuck it up like at the very end, you're fucked. But like that's
if you fuck it up constantly.
I mean, if you're already in last place and you keep fucking it up, then nothing really bad happens, right? You're still in last place.
I
but
think,
you can make it if you fuck up early. You can still kind of like you can get back into first place.
I think for like if you're in last place, they should like give you an ability or like there's like a 1 in 10 chance that you get an ability that just stops time and lets you like go over to the person in first place's house and just like shoot them in the head.
Oh, so you like Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to happen to me. I don't want to be knocked out from my first place. It should happen to everyone else.
People that play racing games are people that are okay with losing.
I'm not okay with losing. That's why I don't play racing games.
Yeah, I actually don't mind losing all that much, honestly.
I'm a sore loser.
Yeah, I know.
No one gets more sore than me.
I've played Marvel Rivals with you, I know.
But yeah, anything else we got to talk about on our casty thingy of us speaking?
No.
Join us next episode for the Think About Christmas cast.
Oh God.
Where I will advocate for us doing a little drinky on the cast and being nostalgic.
Oh, and we can talk about our friendship and how we're almost at the end
Of our friendship?
Season 1. No, God damn it, no. The moment
your
we're
words,
like,
not
if we
mine.
ever become not friends anymore, it will literally destroy me.
It's okay.
Well, play your cards correctly then. Mhm.
Answer my riddles 3 if our friendship you wish to save. What
What are
has
the
3
riddles?
legs in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, and 2 at night? It's
Me.
Cullen when he's been drinking.
Oh, yes. I'm a drinker. I like it. It's fun.
The drinker.
I'm not addicted to it though. I avoided that. But I love social drinking. It's very fun. In moderation, of course. Yeah, before GC goes, actually, little boy, you will ruin your relationships if you drink too much. You must let them know to be responsible. Yeah, I know. I know,
Since when was I
Dad.
a teetotaler?
You are always like that. I'm always like, oh, I like to get a little silly crazy. And you're like, son, you gotta make sure you're behaving. You gotta set a good example.
I don't think I've ever done. I think I've done that once.
It was enough to stick.
Oh my God, no. You're talking about earlier at the start of the podcast where I was like, you got to learn how this is you thinking that I was talking about you. You're
Okay,
not a
yeah, I
messy
was.
drunk, Cullen.
I'm enough of a drunk to be fun.
You're a fun drunk, but like also like if you're in a room full of people acting up because they're all drunk,
I'm an act upper.
you don't, but like you yourself do not act up when other people, like you sort of balance the energy of a room like most people should, where it's like if everyone's acting buck wild, it's like we need someone who's not doing
me.
that.
That is not me, and that's not me.
Well, no,
I also thought it was funny that Kaz was like saying that, and you're right, Kaz. Like earlier, you saying about like how events and stuff should not be so alcohol heavy. You're right. I just need to make that clear.
Yes.
But also, the night we met, I got plastered as shit.
Yeah, but you're not someone that like
I'm
I would
silly.
feel you're not someone that would be dangerous to be around.
I'm silly.
Also, it was a smaller event.
Yes.
I'm silly.
And if I can make the argument for this, that event that you met at, not as maybe not as like important or like
Ooh.
suit and tie as
Ooh.
the
The game.
VGAs.
Okay, well, honestly, let's be fucking real. The VGAs
No one's wearing
or
a
the
suit and tie there?
TGAs
Yeah, I know.
No, the thing is, everybody is, but why? It's just a fucking sizzle reel, right? Like,
Cause
It-
GC
it-
said it wasn't important that we met.
That's
I
not what
know.
I said. I was talking
He
about the
did.
event
It was
itself, not
important.
your
Yeah.
clandestine meeting.
He just said it's not important that you guys hung out and became lifelong friends. And you know what? I think that's enough reason to not
I'm gonna
continue
throw
this a
you
second
off
season.
the atrium when we go to
Like-
Manifest.
like
gonna
at
throw
Marvel
you
Rivals?
into the courtyard from the second
Like that-
floor.
Like that one like map in Marvel Rivals where
Yes.
like we got thrown off by that stupid dipshit shark that vores people.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Not to interrupt you, Cause. Continue.
Oh, no, I don't think people should be dressing up for the TGAs. I
Yeah.
I think Jeff should, and it should be really awkward if no one else does.
well, yeah, because they're like, oh, this is like the Oscars. This is like prestige fucking a prestige ceremony, and it's like, no, literally just show up in jeans and a t-shirt because it's just like fucking like people are paying like hundreds of thousands of dollars for Jeff Keighley to show a sizzle reel. That's it.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like, why are we dressing up? Why are we dressing up and getting fucking piss wasted at a fucking hotel once a year? Like, whatever. Like it's gotten to the point to where like there are people in the industry that I know that are like, I don't even want to go to this anymore, but I have to because of like work. But it's a fucking miserable affair.
Frat dudes ruin everything, man. Nerds ruin everything, man.
Yes.
I'm sorry, nerds, but like I stand by my statement. Y'all don't know how to party like, appropriately. Y'all don't know how to like gauge the environment that you're in. You get drunk and you're like, I'm gonna do whatever, and it's like all this pent up like, I've been at home for 6 months straight, I'm gonna let loose now, and like all of it comes out, and like it just, you stink up the vibes. I'm so sorry.
You're stinky.
Also, Jeff Keighley, wearing your sneakers with your suit and tie doesn't work. Buy some fucking loafers, man.
I saw
Please.
him at the Diablo 4 launch party. He was just sitting in a corner texting the entire time. As
He's
they were
probably
playing
tweeting
set
on his
list.
dang phone.
I mean, I understand that he's probably like a very busy guy because he's probably organizing the VGAs like round the clock. All
Jeff
the
Keighley
time.
strikes me as
but-
someone who calls it X. Look out for that at the Game Awards.
I don't know. Is it an easy slam dunk to not call it X to appease like the people that criticize him? Because if so, then he probably doesn't call it X.
I don't know.
Sorry, Jeff. Listen, I know you probably work hard.
I know you get worked hard by the industry.
You used
they
to
really work you.
You used to hate when people called you the Dorito Pope when you stood next to those Doritos and Mountain Dew, but now you do it with a fucking smile on your face. You used to complain that that moment in your life seriously damaged your integrity. And now you're like, no, actually, I have no integrity. That's just the vibe I get from you, man. I feel like you sold out really hard, way hard. Like, and I understand when people get big, they got to sell out. It's just sort of like, it happens. Once you get big enough, you have to sell out to some extent. Otherwise, you would never be big. But like, man, you really dove face first and you are just like, I'm going to brown nose as many industry celebrities as I can. And I'm going to charge so much money for an ad spot. And I don't know. I don't know, Jeff. I regret inviting you to the VGA streams we did a few years ago.
It was so sad. You didn't even really say much. You were too good for us, but like, you know,
okay. I thought you were like fucking
there.
for real. I was like, wait a second, what?
Yeah, we were pretty cool with Jeff Keighley.
We did a when we used to do our weekly vibe podcast. We did a VGA. We used to do the VGA streams, and we would put a picture of Jeff Keighley up in the corner because we would have all of our webcams in the corners of the stream.
And we only had 3 people, so we were like, well,
we'll just put Jeff up there, a picture of Jeff Keighley, and we would pretend that he was there. And it was a face he was making, like he was like in awe. So like every time an announcement happened, we'd be like, Jeff, what do you think?
And he was just
great, Jeff, awesome. Yeah. And that was our little joke for that podcast way back when.
So speaking of jokes on this podcast, join the 3 Joke Brothers not next week, but you know when we do it.
Yeah.
Where should we do like a game of the year discussion next podcast, or should we wait until 2025?
I think we should do it next podcast,
or like in January.
No, because the thing is, if we want it to be like topical or whatever, then we should do it next week.
December.
Topical. We should Christmas.
We should do a top 5 games we played this year. I don't care if they came out this year. We should do like a top 5 games we played this year.
Yeah, because in my opinion, so I am someone that doesn't believe in awards. I literally got nominated for an award, and when someone asked me how I felt, I said it doesn't matter because when I will die and be buried in the ground, the worms will eat my corpse, and what will they remember? Probably
but they
nothing.
will not eat your award because it is metal.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't fucking matter. Like in the end, I'll die like everybody else, and the worms will eat my corpse. That's it.
Yes. So we should do a top 5 of games we played this year. Right. Okay.
And for Kazuma, it can be a bottom 5.
And we'll go.
Oh yeah. You know what? Yes.
Oh, that'd be fun. That would actually be really cool.
I will do a bottom 5. You don't get a GC,
just Kazuma.
Yeah. No.
You guys do your top 5. I will do my bottom 5.
And then we'll go round robin, and we'll go. Here's my 5, and then we go to 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now, Kazuma, when you do your bottom 5, number 1 is the worst one. So you're
number
rank
1, League of Legends.
Yeah.
Number 2, League of Legends.
Don't spoil it. So like we're gonna do that. That'll be fun, and then we'll just like
3,
share stuff.
League and then like
Final Fantasy 16 again.
Oh,
and if you want, just for fun,
yeah.
you can. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make up awards to give games, like weird, eclectic like awards that don't like.
Oh, I already have one. Hang on, I'm gonna type it in the chat.
The worst Final Fantasy 16 to come out this year. Final Fantasy 16.
Like definitely stuff like that. I love that.
There we go. That's gonna be one of my awards.
Yeah. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly what I'm asking for.
I'll have high energy too, because that'll when we record next, which I think will be on the 20th. That's when I go on holiday break. So a bunch of energy.
Oh my god! You know who's gonna be here?
Jake.
Jake flies it on the 20th.
Will Jake also have a bottom 5?
You know what? I think he should go. I think he should go like the most middling things he's played. He should be the medium.
It's just like this is Jake's shoulder shrug of 2024.
Yes. The thing is, he doesn't play a lot of games. He watches a lot of movies, so maybe he could do movies.
Sure. It'll be
Yeah.
fun. Just like share that'll be our way of sharing media for the next episode.
Okay.
I
So,
like that.
first of all, thank you, Burnouts, for watching and being here and being cool with us taking a week off because of family obligations.
And we hope that when you spend time with your family for Christmas, you will be listening to us instead.
Yes.
Oh shit, we'll be releasing on Christmas Eve. That's kind of badass.
Yeah.
It's good timing.
GC, you'll have to play like Christmas music in the background, like something just like low key and chill.
I'll sing. I'll do a little acapella of a Christmas
For
song.
2 hours?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
I was in choir in elementary school. How hard can it be?
I'll keep you to that.
Mhm.
You're gonna carry that weight.
Yeah. It's going to be really funny when there's just like silence.
I'm gonna hate you so much.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody, thank you all again for listening. And remember,
We don't have a catchphrase, dude.
the industry sucks.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so do
you're right.
we.
Oh,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I don't suck.
I mean, you could.
No, out of popsicles.
Damn. All right. Well, thanks
I
for
know.
listening, everybody. You know where to find us. We have a community Discord. Feel free to
We're on
pop
Blue Sky.
in. What?
We're
We're on Blue
now.
Sky.
Oh yeah, we have Blue Sky now. Burnout Culture at Blue Sky. .bsky.com or whatever. But yeah, feel free to join the Discord. Tell me I'm wrong. At me directly. Tell me you hate me or whatever, and then proceed to hang out with everybody or something.
And if you want to fight Cullen, then you'll have to fight me because Cullen doesn't fight anybody.
It's true. I have no enemies.
So, bye.
Bye.
Farewell, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.